to do in stars without number, but I was kind to you. Too kind, perhaps.
No, we were just rolling.
And I was rolling absolute potatoes because I could barely hit any of you.
Can you literally die from rolling?
No.
I remember once when I did second edition, and one of my friends who played a wizard back in the days when they only had D4, he had no con either. He rolled a 1 for his very first level character.
Yep.
And I forgot that he did that, so when they were going through like a bush area and whatnot, and they got some thistles or something like that, he goes, oh, you just take 1 damage. And he goes, oh!
They used the old joke that wizards couldn't survive surgery because a scalpel did a D3 damage.
Yeah.
And a wizard only had a D4 hit points.
Poor wizards.
Alright, back into it, and the last thing that that happened was Alice had hit this creature and did a whole heap of damage.
Big whammy, right?
Big whammy. How much damage did you do?
Lots.
I think that's the old footage.
Yeah.
1 off max is what you said.
I did 18 damage with my axe, and then 9 damage of radiant.
Alright. As your axe passes through the semi sort of body of insects and creatures and tentacles and everything else that represents Xanafelt, halfway through, suddenly the whole form drops to the ground. All of the insects and stuff like that drop to the floor and start scuttling in amongst the tendrils and stuff like that. And Xanafelt disappears.
Okay.
Okay, bitch. See you later.
Should we be concerned?
I still have a second attack. Is there anyone else near me that I can attack?
Not near you, no.
The ground.
What about that sacrificial victim in the back? Was that too far away?
For Amber, not really, no.
So you could go over and smack that with your second attack, or...?
Well, I wouldn't have enough movement to get to it.
Because you move...
I only have 35 movement, and I already moved 10
No,
feet.
you're just short, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So unless you want to...
And I can't hold the rest of my action, can I? No.
Because you have done
Already
your
declared
action.
an attack,
Yep.
yes.
Yep.
Alright, that was Amber. Anton, what do you want to do?
Move closer.
Okay. Yep.
Rinse and repeat.
Move closer to Amber, next to Amber, but he's not there anymore.
Yeah, but it also means that you can do your protective thing against Amber.
And help her just in case.
Where did it go? Where did it come from?
I split it in half and it went poof.
He's gone! Where did he go?
Also, Tim, you don't exist.
This is fine.
Not important.
Invisible
We'll fix that
DM.
up at halftime.
Honestly, this is the best Tim has ever looked.
You're dead.
As the squishy of the team, I would be very careful.
47 psychic damage.
Suddenly, 5 Tarask. Oh, that's
Nope, you're just not there. You're a ghost tonight.
not there.
Yep,
Ghost in black.
DM.
Yeah, it's me
Ghost.
turning it up and on.
Is your camera showing a light in front of you?
Yeah. It's something else.
Oh well.
Cool.
We'll fix that up in a minute.
It's not important to see me, even though I am the most beautiful man in the cosmos.
So is that all you're doing, moving forward?
Yeah, Volky, what do you want to do?
Do you want to
nothing
turn the
else to
camera
do.
back on?
Okay.
You've turned it off and not back on.
I am going
I actually
to...
know.
So, near where I am, how many swarms of bugs are there within 15 feet?
Of you, we've got 3 by the looks of things. Yep.
3?
No, 2. Sorry, 2.
Is there any way to put a third one in there without getting an attack of opportunity on myself?
No, you'd have to get attack of opportunity.
Okay, I'll start with the 2 for now. I cast Spirit Guardians.
Spirit Guardians it is. What's the DC again?
Do you take the attack this turn, or is it on your turn?
It's on my turn, isn't it?
I believe it's on your turn.
You start your turn in
Everything
the...
for you is DC 15, isn't it?
Yes.
I do hope you
Anything
have...
else?
And my spiritual weapon, I guess, goes to attack the
Thing at the back?
figure at the back. Yeah, my thing goes to attack the figure at the back.
Alright.
Let's see what happens.
Do an attack roll?
This is where we find out that it's actually the body of a god. That's an 18.
You hit it.
I hit it.
Do some
Nice.
damage.
You gotta remember what this fucking spiritual weapon does. It's
2d8.
2d8 for a third. Don't cast for a third level. I think it's just 1d8.
You've moved your spiritual weapon to the back of the room where the figure that's covered in the tendrils is still there. You attack it with your weapon, doing how much damage?
3 plus 4, so 7.
7 points of damage as the tendrils and the body itself moves with the force of the attack, but you can't really see any sort of reaction beyond that. It's like a malleable column of tendrils that when you hit it just moves with it, doesn't seem to do much more beyond that. Alright, first and foremost I will do the saving throws of the thingos. If they pass they take half, I assume?
Yes.
Or how much damage do they do?
It does 3d8 radiant.
Do some damage.
I need to pinch your d8 if I can. God, give me. Really?
It's uniform.
6.
I
got 2.
Wow!
I got 2 on all dice.
Wow!
I like the
Alright.
consistency.
You're nothing if not consistent.
Yes, that's true.
You're nothing and consistent.
And yeah, it's a DC 15
I've already done a save for him.
wisdom save.
Yep. I rolled
If
a
we're
20
lucky,
and a
they're-
14.
If we're lucky, they're vulnerable to radiant.
Hopefully.
What?
I don't think we're lucky.
It seems like it also seems like these bugs don't breathe either because they're drowning right now. And I'll find
the two
about
bugs
it.
that are actually drowning right now will basically take the water mantle in front of them.
Okay.
That's right on top of them.
That's in them?
Very, very little, so I'm just going to ignore that.
AC is 14.
The one that's on Imperius is going to mindset, so keep going for you, but this time it's only 13. The one on the soldiers also doesn't do shit. The one on the 2 that did their saves attack Volkir. Wow, I'm rolling horrible.
Good.
And the one that's on Emir. Wow, that was a complete round of all of these swarms just buzzing around, doing absolutely nothing else.
You try to hit him,
That was
get out of
horrible.
here.
I missed with all of them. Alright, that was them.
It's okay. It's all uphill from here for you.
Uphill.
Yeah, it's all uphill. It can only
Miss
get better
every
for you.
single
Tim.
attack, then it can literally only get better.
Yeah.
Alright,
Maintain DM morale.
Alright. As you are watching the swarms of creatures that are against particular people come up and, buzz amongst your heads and stuff like that, and try and bite and nip at your necks and whatever exposed parts of your body that they can get to because of your armour. As you see, there's tendrils in the room itself, ripple and swarm in different areas. It's just a whole heap of confusion about what's going on with this room. It's still alive. The ceiling, the walls, the floor itself ripples and waves with the tendrils, bugs and buzzing going around everywhere. You can hear the sounds of mosquitoes and crickets and everything else you can possibly think of insect-wise. As suddenly the floor erupts and Xenophelt pops up.
Oh my god.
Hi.
Ah!
So who is near Xenophelt then?
Absolutely, just you, I mean, and one of the soldiers.
Okay. As in I'm within 5 foot?
Yes.
Okay. I can do with that.
The difference between Xenophelt now, as opposed to what you've just seen, is that Xenophelt is now less consistency of the tendrils themselves, but more consistency of the insects.
Seeing as he's popped up, would he be within range of 15 feet of me?
He didn't start his turn now.
Pardon?
He didn't start his turn now.
Is it when you start or move into?
Yes.
Give me a sec.
Yes, it's when you move into.
Oh,
When the
no,
creature enters the area for the first time, or on a
it is
turn,
the first
or
time
starts their turn
yeah,
there.
well, he's smart enough not to move into this, I'll just say he's over there.
Is he still next to me?
Nope.
No, he's not.
He's next to he's next to the water elemental instead.
Yeah. Pretty much, yes.
So that's an attack of opportunity.
Alright.
So yeah, it's like Moonbeam, which is if you enter it, you get damaged from it.
Alright. Again, still, the floor erupts like it did before. More tendrils and other bugs and stuff like that come out of the floor or the ceiling and attack you. Amir, you dodge out of the way without too much of an arm's threat. You basically just
Bring up my shield and
bring up your shield and just like bash a whole heap of the insects and tendrils away. Amber, it hits you because that's
17.
correct. Only doing 11 points of damage so far for you.
What even attacked me? The bugs.
The bugs coming out of the
and
ceiling and the
tendrils.
ground.
So 5 damage?
Yes.
Oh, so it's not the tendrils.
It's more bugs now. It's like unlike the other swarms of bugs, it's more like just kind of like a spray of bugs that have just come out of the floor or the ceilings and
So this is
washed over
stage
the
2 of the boss fight?
Kind of, yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, we didn't get the cutscene where it's health bar regens and
And like a good 5-minute cackling monologue. You can't defeat me, I'm a god.
So it's not Metal Gear Solid.
Antoine.
Thank fuck.
Antoine is hit for 14 points of damage.
Okay, I'm gonna have to start.
Rowan is 17.
18 is my AC.
Ooh, I missed by 1.
Maintain concentration.
God for shields.
One for Imperious, Mrs. Bomars.
yay!
And
Things are
one
missing.
For Oddclaw, Mrs. Bomars. One for Valen, Mrs. Bomars. One for the Commander, Mrs. Bomars. Goes the Commander.
Did you roll?
Misses. That's a hit. And
Did you roll twice for me?
that's a miss. What?
Did you roll twice for me?
The first attack against me, by the way, had advantage.
Had disadvantage?
No, I
He's
have.
dodging, she was reckless.
You already could take damage anyway.
I know. I
Yeah, but
not the
also
was just reminding you.
It's not the first attack. On
Sorry, it's the whole round. I know.
Yeah.
within 5 foot with the protective stance can give disadvantage. So that
I
brings it back to
can't,
normal.
but I didn't.
Yeah.
Alright.
For the first attack as it takes a reaction.
Right.
Amir.
Okay, so there'd be some swearing in the time-honored language of the desert people. And are there any bug swarms next to me?
There is one right in front of you, yes.
Okay.
Also one of the ones that have got the angelic little features coming through.
Yeah. I am going to use my Hex Curse as a bonus action on Xanafar.
Yep.
And I will shoot twice.
Pew pew.
Alright.
Okay. So just shooting normally. So that's a crit.
Done part to the grave.
I should have used.
I should have used part to the grave. Double damage from the crit.
And a 20. So a natural 20 and a dirty 20.
Okay, both of them hit.
Do you need more damage?
Nice. There aren't any. Actually, no. There's a water elemental within 5 foot.
Yes. Not of you.
No, of
him,
Xanafar.
yes.
Of him, yeah.
Yes.
So I get 1d6 sneak attack for the first attack.
And that gets doubled because it was a crit.
Yes, so you.
2d6.
One more d6.
I don't have another d6. Actually,
Yeah.
there's one in my bag. There's one in my deck.
So many dice. Come on. Big money, big money.
22, 23, 33 on the first hit.
Yep.
Noise.
And I don't get sneak attack in the next one, what I do, but... And 16 on the second one.
16 in the second.
And that's magic damage as well.
Yep.
Do you want to pass me a couple of those d6s that are in my bag?
Alright. Alright. Can Amir.
Oh, sorry. I forgot, when I first cast Hex,
Yep.
Xanafar will get a penalty on strength checks.
Okay, cool, yeah. Right. Amir.
Yes.
Rowan. Valkyria.
Please no.
And the rest are basically the NPCs.
Exactly.
Can you guys do me a Constitution saving throw?
Constitution save.
Okay.
Constitution save. I'm not terrible at these.
I am terrible at these.
You're not usually terrible.
So am I, apparently.
Oh. Poo butts. Tim, that's a lot of dice to roll in.
DC. I'm not telling you to DC. Tell me what you roll.
4.
You failed by miles. No matter what the DC was.
9.
4.
You failed.
9.
You all right? All three of you failed.
Ow.
is this?
In this area, there's suddenly this eruption of just a massive amount of insects as they come swarming from the ceilings, the walls, and the floor, swirling like in a whirlpool of insects and creatures, and you just feel like them cutting through your body and stuff like that. You will take this damage because you failed your saving throw.
D12.
My God, I am rolling horrible.
Thank you, Tim.
I rolled a 2, and a 2, and a 3, and a 6 on 4d10.
What's the total?
13 points of damage
Okay.
out of a possible 40.
Jeez. I'm still
Where the
hurting.
average is 22.
Concentration save.
Made it.
Well,
The Goliath.
Roll a 4 on the elemental.
Amanda fails.
Because I still did technically cast the
What's the
element.
DC for the concentration?
Half
Half damage or 10?
It is 10 or half the damage,
Okay, cool.
whichever's higher.
Yeah. Yep.
Now roll a 15.
10 was higher, and I rolled an 11.
Nice.
I rolled a dirty 20 to maintain concentration.
All right. I did say that was already that one, so
Let's hope you can quit again.
2 on there, 2 on there.
Which will just take us to stage 2 quicker.
Yeah, but the quicker we get this done, the quicker we're better off.
Thank you, Valen. Crit boom.
Crit boom! Holy shit!
Thank you.
I just rolled 2 zeros on the d10s.
Nice.
So he's rolling really bad for Xanafel, but everyone else he's just like, fuck you, Xanafel.
He's like big, massive boom! There's like insect splatters just going everywhere. Wow, that's
Thank you, my dude.
a ton of damage.
Haste.
That's what, 20 plus his...
Yeah,
Insect
24
paste.
points, yeah.
That sounds disgusting.
Yeah.
Insect paste?
Yep. Just goes well on bread.
Those legs and carapace.
We're going to need a nice session of prestidigitation.
Sounds like it would be used in Malaysian cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Malaysian cuisine.
I'm not okay with it.
You can get shrimp paste.
I'm not okay with that
you
either.
don't-
Shrimps are just giant insects.
They're
can get-
insects of the
you can
sea.
And they're
Yeah,
delicious.
And they're
paste too,
delicious.
but no one eats.
And,
I'm not a shrimp person.
One of the things we had for Christmas
Do you like that, mate?
lunch was prawn Vesuvius. So good. So good.
natural 20.
Thank you, soldiers.
Yeah, but putting Vesuvius on a food
Odd
tile
claw.
is like, that's what happens after.
I'm gonna stab the one in front of me twice.
Go for it.
Wow, I
8
just realised how blind I am.
plus 10. 18.
That's 100%.
18 to step one. Yep. It's a hit.
My eyes, I need glasses.
Lots of damage. Oh god, lots of damage.
3 6s, an 8, and a 3. So I'm gonna call that dead.
Yes.
More than my fireball did.
PowerPoint.
I'm gonna take a bonus action of hiding behind the water elemental.
You're
No. With in between me and Xanavar.
Ah, okay.
so you're hiding behind a giant column of translucent liquid.
Well, it's moving quickly, so it's gonna be all foamy and shit.
That's
I'm gonna
fair.
roll
It's
stealth
opaque,
anyway.
not clear.
It's a garbage stealth, so 13.
Maybe it's just that poor.
Alright, that was Unclaw. Curious.
Yes, I'm going to cast. I was going to twin cast, but I don't think I need to twin cast now because that one died. So I'm just going to cast Firebolt.
Yep.
Throw me.
can throw
15
you.
plus
It'll
8.
tell me to
I
throw
assume
you.
I'm hitting
You would
Xenofeld.
definitely hit. 15 plus. Yeah, you still hit, yeah.
And that is 17 plus 7 radiant damage.
17 plus 7 radiant damage.
Nice.
And then as a bonus action,
It seems
don't know why
Xanafelt has moved again.
but as a bonus action, I'm going to give inspiration to Mick.
shirt if I'm using.
Mick,
What this shit
you
is
got a
going
big
on?
dick.
Please kill it all.
On a hurdy-gurdy, no less.
Yes.
Mick, you got a giant dick. Mick.
I keep it in my pocket.
Inspiring.
It's not a giant dick, it's a giant wick.
And I have one more bardic inspiration left.
They are D6s?
Yes.
Yes.
I am only a level 1 bard.
Alright, that was Imperious.
Rowan next?
No.
No.
Xanathar's next.
The bugs.
The Lair is next.
The Lair's next.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Ole, ole, ole.
It has some scary. Ole, feeling hot, hot, hot.
No, just lots of bugs.
If it was hard, it'd be great.
The lair is on fire.
Yes. That's what I just
Well,
said.
it will be. I did cast fire.
There's literally what I just said before they started going ole, ole, ole.
Okay. Who let the bugs out?
Xanathar.
Alright, can I
ruin that
have
song.
everyone, which includes Mia?
Are the bugs
Volkia?
moving?
Sorry?
Are the bugs moving?
Why were they moving?
It's the Lair's turn, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's when the bugs moved.
What are you talking about?
His.
I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. I'm not doing that yet.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
do that next. Because they were actually moving on a different initiative.
Is it better to say everyone excluding?
Nah, because of the general area, like, it will still be Rowan, it'll still be Volkia, and it'll still be, the same people.
Ow. This is rude. Tim.
Is going on.
Another
Another con
constitution.
save.
God damn it.
Made that one. Thank
14.
Roll it again.
14.
No. 5.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 passes.
I'm being beaten the hell up.
Well, as a druid, I expect you to be covered in some kind of anti-insect paste.
25 points of damage for those who failed, and half that for those who passed.
And a 14 didn't pass.
No, we did not.
I fall over.
You fall over.
I fall over.
Fare thee well, unicorn totem. I barely. I didn't even use
Did
it.
you add your inspiration to
Also, fare thee well, water elemental, because I can't.
D6
I can't
inspiration
concentrate
to
anymore.
Saving throw.
Wrong one.
Can you use it for saving throws?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, yeah, I would have used it for that. I thought it was only for.
No, saving throws as well, yeah.
Could you have used your... Oh no, you don't have it here, don't you?
Tim. Also take away the water elemental.
You take half of whatever that damage was.
He's still up.
Sorry?
Take away the water elemental too, because I can't concentrate on it.
Correct.
Oh no, you're covered.
Suddenly there's a cat.
The cat gets wet.
There's a big explosion. Yes, the cat probably would get wet from the elemental collapsing.
What noise does that make?
What, the cat?
Something getting drenched.
Finally, the fucking fleas are gone.
Oh, it's his first shower in 6 years.
A bit longer.
Well,
So you're still up?
Yes.
best laid
Not
plans.
looking healthy.
Alright.
My totem's gone too, so I can't.
Now, yes, now we'll do the actual.
DC 15
Most
wisdom
of them
save.
have already died in that area, so there's only one left. Strength, I said?
It's like I'd hear
wisdom.
except for the fact that
Wisdom,
you're still
wisdom,
in the
wisdom,
area.
wisdom. I'm looking at the wrong stats.
I can't do anything about that.
Don't care, go away.
Okay, in this fight, I can't
So it's
feasibly
DC 15.
keep on concentrating on
Wisdom,
something.
wisdom. Nah, definitely failed.
It's not
How much
possible.
damage?
13.
It's too much at once, so it's not a good fight for me.
You're better to just shift. Wild shape, keep yourself up.
The hex
Why?
goes down.
Better idea.
Hex goes down? Yep.
Minor fine. I got it.
Concentration check. Failed.
got a
Alright,
16.
done.
You need to get Warcaster.
Same. Next
Oh,
level.
that's right. I meant to be rolling out with advantage.
Rowan, do me a death save for Rowan.
I rolled
I made the last
I
two, but I-
rolled a 16.
You roll
Thank God.
16, you pass your death save. Amber!
Okay, what's in my immediate vicinity that I can charge out and attack?
If you turn around and head back towards the group, you can probably attack or charge.
Yeah, but that's behind me. There's an enemy in front of me, isn't there?
There's a figure in front of you being
So if you
attacked
grapple it down,
by
companion, you
a
move half
spiritual
speed as
weapon.
well.
Do they look Xenofelty at all?
They
As
look
in,
like a
like,
column of tendrils that are wrapped around a body. That's what it looks like.
awesome. I'm gonna run at it and attack the tendrils.
Alright, go for it.
from what I remember, my spiritual weapon didn't manage to do much to it.
And the spiritual weapon would have disappeared, wouldn't it?
That was reckless, by the way.
I made my concentration saves.
15
Do
plus 7.
concentration saves on spiritual weapons.
It just lasts for a
22
second.
It's not a
to hit
concentration.
the column.
That's
You hit the column.
fucked overpowered.
Yeah.
That's a great spell.
It's the way that they can get multiple attacks. They can get a second attack per round like that.
But it costs a spell. Yeah, okay.
14 damage plus 7 radiant.
As you smack your axe into this weird column, and you see briefly shift out of the actual column of tendrils itself as the force of your hit comes into it. What looks like a bluish sort of tinned skin of a shoulder, and then goes back into the tendrils.
I presume there's a person inside it. Because we've seen this similar-ish kind of thing before, so she's not trying to attack enough that she might hurt the person inside. She's just trying to attack the tendril, so like a downwardish swing, or like a, as best she can.
Yeah, you can't effectively when you're raging. You kind of like you're trying to do surgery while being very angry.
I mean, you can
Let's be
still
honest.
aim. It's just
Let's
not
be
going to be
honest.
that great.
You are not Doctor Strange. You cannot do surgery while angry.
No, come on, you're a trained warrior. You
My
can hit the
next
sword when you
attack is.
Antoine,
Oh, yeah, I get 2 attacks.
your second attack goes in, does the exact same thing again.
It's only a 15 to hit.
That's still it.
Okay.
You're hitting mostly a stationary target.
The stationary target that's being held.
Which is 3 plus 7 damage. So 10.
Done. You do more damage. The tendrils move to the force of your attack, but not much beyond that. Antoine, you're basically right in the middle with no one around.
I feel like if I move forward, I can't reach that
Yep.
because it's too far away.
Do you have
If
any
you move
range
back, you
spells?
can't reach that either.
Oh, you should have told me to throw you.
No, you can get next to Amber or behind her.
What do you do?
Move me up next to Amber,
Thank you.
or as close as possible.
He'll be like 1 or 2 blocks away from me.
That's fine. It's not hugely important.
Don't have
Volky,
any range spells?
Not that far.
Not even 10 feet?
Xenofeld's completely just
not there at the moment, no.
One first level, one second level.
You have all of the insect swarms that are in front of you in your general vicinity are no longer there.
Is there any close by?
There are a few close by without even breaking a sweat. So like 15 feet away from you.
And
Okay.
one of your party members has fallen over.
I'll move to the nearest.
2 of your party members have fallen over. Rowan is right in front of you. Oh no, sorry, you're stayed up. Sorry,
Yeah.
you stayed up, yes.
I'll move to the nearest set of swarms so I can catch as many as I can in the radius of the
Yep,
spirit guardians as possible.
yep.
That's not him.
And then I will look over and cast. That's the more powerful one, yes? No.
That's the ranged one.
It'll have to be a range one.
Yeah.
I should have cast that before I moved.
Yeah, you should have.
Or you could do Spare the Dying, which is ranged for you as well.
True, but it doesn't actually heal anything.
Yeah, it'll keep him up.
So I
Means he
will
doesn't have to fail death saves.
cast Healing Word.
You don't have to roll, don't you? Because he's on 0 hit points.
Oh yeah, you don't. You get 8 hit points.
It's like the shock paddles from a distance.
Oh god.
That's like a
And then my
chem dart launcher of like pure adrenaline.
spiritual weapon tries to hit the random thing again.
Hits into the weird column of tendrils that's wrapping some sort of body around it. Yeah, it moves
It's
to the
radiant
force of it.
damage.
Yeah, moves to the force of it, but it doesn't seem to do much more beyond that.
Okay. Magic spells. I don't have a lot of. I don't have a lot
Me either.
to really do here. This is a challenge.
It's weird playing Amber again after playing a sorcerer for like the last few weeks.
Intervening dark.
Oh, there we
Yeah.
go.
You see the tendrils and the insect swarms in the general area that all of the insects study collate. I'm saying about it again into the form 2 of them of Xenofeld.
There's
One
two
pops
Xen-
up in front of Imperius and Oddclaw, and another one pops up in front of Emir and Volkia.
Well,
Which
thing
one of
is-
them is the real one?
Don't know which one.
Well, I've got a hex curse on.
Xenophon.
Good point.
Does it split equally? I reckon it splits equally.
You know what the DM, shut up.
Or if you want, wait until my turn, and then I might find out then. Actually, no, I go next after it. So
You do go next after it anyway. Yeah.
So yes, we waited till your turn.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Whichever one popped up in front of me, does it want to make a wisdom saving throw?
What's the DC again?
15.
Wasn't it?
Too many things for the DM to
passes.
remember.
It passes. It still takes half damage.
Yeah, how much damage is it taking?
Don't roll 3 2s.
Ooh, that's
17. So that takes
Yeah.
You're
8
after me, aren't you?
after halving.
Yeah.
8 after half.
So if you out of range, you don't take up the shield.
No, it's 18. Oh no. No, 17. No, I'm looking at it.
Alright.
It's an attack though, isn't it?
Alright. It now pops up in front of you and decides that you're now going to be my target. Because that
non-target.
thing is a pain in the ass and I want to get rid of it.
Big as much. Ready?
Good.
Is this shit thing here?
What's your arm class again?
18.
Okay.
But I would also, as it goes to hit me, rip off a defender patch off my robe and give myself the shield spell.
Plus 5 armor.
So 23.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still didn't actually change the amount of hits because the way I rolled was just both extremes. Not 20s, but still both extremes.
Yeah. I was hoping.
It's worth a shot. Like,
Yeah.
I believe you can choose to
8 points of damage from one attack. 9 points of damage from the second attack.
use shield after.
And
it's
it's
gonna
13
be-
points of damage from the third attack.
also, it's not a
is that?
spell. Yeah.
Xenophon basically just popped up to you as like a whole heap of tendrils and swarms just basically just come out of his body.
Okay, that's... So how much is that in total?
8, 9, 13.
So
So
30.
30. And 3 concentration checks.
All at 10, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep. Stuff it.
Easy. Oh, it's gone. Roll a 6. It's the highest.
You guys can split because there's
Missed by 1.
immediately affecting him. So 3 on Odd Claw. I think they're all hits. 23 being my lowest.
23 your lowest. That's fucked.
Hang on. Did all good rolls for you. I think the highest I rolled was a 15 for you.
Oh my god, I actually.
Sorry, no, 18. 18.
Okay. I was like, oh my god, I dodge everything.
So you managed to get hit by 1.
Yep.
So I'll do yours quickly because yours at 9 point damage for yours. You got hit by 3 of them. So you take 10 for the first one.
Do you use your reaction to halve?
I'll halve the one that looks like it's coming in heaviest.
That 10 will be the heaviest.
Alright then.
What is that? 8 for the second one.
5, 4.
And 11 for the third one.
So 20 points.
I can cast it all the time.
Amir, yes. Now you'll go.
Because I can't quite see the map, am I in serious danger where I am?
There is one right in front of you. The only reason why he hasn't attacked you is because of the weird sort of angelic things that he decided to attack him because of it. You saw him pop up and just go shove the whole heap of tendrils and insects into Volkia.
Well, I'm going to use a bonus action to disengage so I can just kind of move a bit back.
Yep.
And, like, I'll leave it to you to be into a slightly safer position.
Yeah, you are definitely in a safe position.
Sure. And I will call out to the Raven Queen to help me to smite down the enemies of this world and worlds beyond. Call them on the power of the Shadowfell. And I am going to try and shoot Xenophon.
Alright, go for it.
Can the real Xenophon please stand up? Please stand up. Is the real Xenophon on Volkia or on the
The
other?
real Xenophon is on Volkia. Well, The one where your thing is attached to.
Yep, that's all I need.
I know
to
how you people interpret words, so I
Yeah.
want to make sure ours are interpreted as well.
So I'm going to try and use sharpshooter feat.
Alright, go for it.
So it might end badly, but if I hit, it'll do some nice damage.
Actually, before you do that, I will give you this chance. The visuals of these particular creatures, because you've seen the sort of like it's going through different phases and stuff like that. In this particular phase, it is almost non-existent for tendrils and mostly the buzzing of the insects and beetles and stuff like that, and not as many.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
I don't think we really have time to assess what that means.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
I have an idea, but yeah, it's
I've got a couple of ideas as well, but they're also contradictory. So, and yeah, I'll give it a go. Does a 15 hit?
15 misses.
A 13 won't hit either.
You will not. It's two mystical arrows just pass right through Xenophil, missing all the bugs in the way. Alright.
NPC helpers.
Boom!
Valen carrying this team.
9 points of damage. That wasn't as good as before. Alright. Command comes in.
They're just the normal attacks.
3 and a 4.
Go back and hit them.
This guy comes in. This guy comes in. 3 and a 4. I'm rolling extraordinarily well for these NPCs.
You don't call on the God's power in
This
there.
guy's going to come around and help this guy.
Yeah, but I'm not going to last long in there.
Not much better either. Right, cool. That was
Oh Lord! Oh wait,
very bad round for all of the NPCs. Of course.
You reckon?
He's a smart guy.
Of course. Your turn.
Alright. I run my rapier through the one in front of me. With a 19.
Misses.
Oh, well, that's an attack, so I'm going to use that disengage to burn my feline agility, which doubles my movement speed,
And go where?
and run past the other one, swiping it as I do.
This one?
No, the
This one?
big one, yeah.
Okay, so you're going to go kind of like through here type thing?
Yep.
Okay, yep. Right.
So I'll take my dagger attack. That's a 18.
Misses.
And I'll keep running towards the center to try and get where Amber... no, I've got way more movement than that. Like, hang on.
Wouldn't you have 60?
So you
No, I've got 80.
disengaged for free.
Yeah, big swashbuckler
Yeah,
feet,
yeah.
free disengages. So,
Well,
no,
against individual targets that you have attacked.
so I would have just taken a swipe, missed both, but made them
Your
fall top.
problem is, for you to be able to get around and do that without taking other attacks of opportunity on your normal movement area. So, like, say if you wanted to do a disengage, right, you would have to disengage this way to avoid. Actually, no.
No, I can slip through there. There's
Yeah, no, you slip
20
through
foot
here,
in between them.
Yeah.
It's
So I've
still
got
only
more-
about
I've got more movement.
75 to get to us.
Yeah, which I've got.
Yeah.
So I should be at you guys, but whatever.
There is fine. It's not that important. It's of course fucking Imperious.
I would like to cast Fireball between Xenofeld and those little buggies at the back there,
Yep.
so I can hit the buggies and Xenofeld.
Alright, roll. The two buggies. The two buggies.
I want your lucky
Might
D6.
actually pass their save. What's your DC again?
15.
Yeah, but they're fast. No, still alive, but they're fast.
That's much better than last time.
My D6 wasn't so lucky.
No, it wasn't. But that is still already better right there. 27 plus 7 radiant damage. So 27 fire and then 7 radiant.
Okay.
So 13 fire plus 7.
Well, we don't know if Xenofeld passed or not.
Oh, okay, yeah. But at least for the other ones.
Which is more than enough to kill him anyway.
Yay.
Yeah, much it was.
Then I am going to actually move back over to where Volkia is. And yes, that will provoke an attack of opportunity.
Misses.
Yay. I'm banking on your bad rolls. Behind him.
Yeah, that's Volky there.
Sorry, behind the soldier then.
Oh, sorry.
The other side, sorry.
This side, you mean?
Yeah, there. And then as a bonus action, I will give my last bardic inspiration to Amir again.
I should be adjusting my HP in D&D Beyond accordingly.
Yes, you should.
Right, Can. You're alive, but not up yet, are you, Rowan?
I am prone, but I'm on 8 hit points.
Correct. Alright. Can Amir, Rowan,
Damn it.
now you, Volkia, and pretty much all the NPCs do a Constitution save, please.
Get past this.
That is a
15.
It might not
18.
be enough.
18 is fine.
17.
17 is fine.
21.
Is fine.
15.
Is fine.
I'm still probably going to fall over.
Me too, actually. Because I'm on 8 and you're rolling a big pile of 10s.
Oh, I wish I was on 8 all hit points.
20 points of damage exactly, so half that 10.
10 damage.
I'm back down again.
Remember that you take points of exhaustion as well.
I know. So I'm now at half speed.
Whoa, half speed is 3rd level exhaustion,
No,
isn't it?
second level.
Second level. Yeah.
3rd level is disadvantage.
I am down.
We've lost
So am I.
3 people.
And it's probably a good time to take a break.
This is almost over.
Wait, what? What do you mean this is almost over? I'm not dead yet!
Yeah, there's only 3 people left. Of course it's almost over. 4.
I didn't go down.
Alright.
Actually, no. That wasn't counted as the creature dying when it disappeared, was it?
No.
Okay. Yep, I go down.
Yeah, we need you to heal when you could.
I didn't have, I was doing,
This soldier goes down, this soldier goes down. Commander, he's still fine. The commander takes a chunk of damage, but he's still fine. Valen fails his save, takes a chunk of damage, but he's still fine.
I wasn't able to do enough.
Does this commander have any healing spells?
Sorry?
Does this commander have any healing spells as a paladin?
Like a mass heal?
We'll see. Rowan.
I give you consent to touch my unconscious body.
So I got back up.
You're unconscious.
I need to restart my death saves, yes?
Correct.
So back down to full blanksies on that one. That is 9. So that's a fail.
Oh dear.
Amber.
Hit the thing.
Well, I'm oblivious to what's going on behind me, so...
You would know that there's loud noises going on. There was a
Yep.
fireball that went off.
But I presume you guys are fine and
right.
handling it.
Yeah.
There's a certain amount of safety involved when you hear basically 3 of your party members stop talking and die miserably in a... They would probably yell really loudly in pain and fall over.
True, but I can't help them. And it would take me my entire turn to get to them.
Correct. That's
So
what we're
there
gonna
is
Hit the thing.
no point, and she wouldn't do it.
do. Alright.
I'm just going to keep attacking the thing.
Yeah. Don't even roll any attacks, just roll me damage.
Okay. But what if I crit? I don't. But you know, I was close. 16 normal damage and shut up. 4 radiant damage.
My favourite thing is holds up 5 fingers. 16.
Shut up! Okay, I needed something visual to look at so my brain would function.
Does it work too instead of just using the register? That'll be $53.62. Thanks.
No, the screen tells me all the information I need to know, so I don't have to do maths in my head. And my second attack, do I also need to roll
Yeah, roll
now?
damage for that one. Antoine, you're on next.
Yeah, I know.
We need heal.
12.
Well, you're not down, but
Yeah.
2 of the party's
Yes.
healing capable people are down.
You both up.
I've
Actually,
lost my
after
totem, so
attacking-
I can't heal nearly as well anymore.
I'm going to start running towards them
Okay, so you've done your action, so you're just doing normal move.
because then in
35, right?
35. Then in theory, next turn I can get closer to our allies.
Yep. Done. Alright, Antoine, what would you like to do?
Move forward 1 square.
Yep, one forward, 1 square into next to the weird temple.
I also do not crit.
Alright.
I'm going to do Thunderous Smite.
Yep.
Very
The chambers echo in a large thunder as you attack.
Oh, yeah.
the column.
300 feet.
300 feet, yes.
This is anyway.
You good bad.
I was gonna say that ring's gonna be a maze for ages.
So 7 damage on that. Give me another one.
Yeah, go.
So you just threw mine on the floor. 5 damage for that, and Divine Smite, 2nd level. Which hopefully gives me something more than.
How much damage overall?
5 plus 7 is 12, plus 7 is 19.
19. Alright.
chip
The force amount of damage, as well as the thunderous cacophony that coming from the actual attack itself.
Can you knock it over? Can I knock it over?
The tendrils are kind of like attached to the ceiling as well as to the floor. So
Can I knock it
it's
out of
a
it?
column, realistically. However, you do knock it. You do see the tendrils stand buckled under the pressure of your attack, and you see again the skin, the bluish sort of like skin of the creature pop out from in between some of the tendrils representing the column itself. However, in your particular case, you see a little bit more than just the shoulder that Amber saw before. You see like half a face sort of like pop out with the blue TG skin. Not the dark blue, which is a very tiefling colour, but more of a typical white skin with blue tinges in it.
Like suffocated blue.
Somewhat like that, but not blotchy.
Kind of like the White Walker sort of.
Something like that, yeah. So it's a very, very good accurate colour. With big, thick, black sort of, not dreadlock hair, but like braided hair. Also just like pop out from the side of it, like a shade on the side, but the braids coming out. And a couple of the braids sort of like pop out, and at the very end of the braids, there's like sharp little talons. And then also you see like the eye briefly as it comes out and looks at you, and you see the corner of the mouth also just pop out as it just before it goes back in again. And you sure you saw it just smile just a little bit before it pops back in. But you also see on the cheekbone like an exposed bit of bone, maybe? You're not quite sure, but it looks metallic.
Yeah, no, there's any bells. And also,
But then pops back into the thing again.
I chipped my dice.
You're right, yeah. Figure that may happen at some point.
Oh wow, it's a bloody good chip too.
I didn't fall very well.
Volk, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Call it chippy.
Are they stone ones?
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, that's Tiger's Eye.
That's why I can't afford them.
Ugh.
That's why mine stay in their
one.
pretty box.
That one. You're attacking, eh?
No, that's his.
That's
Death
death
save.
save.
I went down.
So that's 2 fails.
No, that's 2 fails.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why
I know.
he was upset that it was a nat 1.
You still got like 1 left, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the
You're the worst luck.
you're the one with the revivify. We can't let this
He just
happen.
wants to see Callum Vor more than the rest of us. I thought I timed that rather well with the drink.
Next time I speak.
Alright, so you're on the ground, so I'll get you.
No, that didn't first.
Xenopelt goes to town on the commander now because he's the one in front of him. You're unconscious, so you can't stop my natural 20.
I can't stop it because I'm out them.
Commander goes down. This guy comes in.
Oh, I thought that was an attack roll against you, and I thought that would have been bad.
Now I would be dead.
That's a lot of hits. He goes down. Last but not least, of course, 18.
Will hit.
So 2 hits.
Alright, I'm down. That is Alice Healer.
9 points from that one.
Yep.
and 10 points from the second.
I am down.
Alright.
So we're fucked. That's a party riot.
Because I was going to be able to heal both of you with twin cast.
Emir.
Death save. Let's see if I can also roll a natural 1.
Do not.
I'm trying to anti-jinx it. Success.
Nice.
At 12.
Alright.
So who's up at this point? We've got Oddclaw
And
and
Us
you two.
two.
And I'm looking rough.
we need him.
I'm staggering
near
a bit.
us to heal us.
Except I don't have any spell slots left.
I have a potion of healing.
I have an ointment which I was also going to use. But
An ointment.
Am I aware of that?
It's the one I've had forever.
I've also got a
but
healing.
like,
You see, Vayla's like, fuck! Basically, unfurls his gun, does a quick spin with it, puts back into place, lines it up, tweaks the head. Boom! Rolls a 17, so he's
That
definitely
actually
hit.
hurt my head. I feel bad for the viewers.
yeah.
His microphone's to the side.
Yeah. it is.
Phew.
28 points of damage.
I took one of them out.
The other one's unhurt though.
The other one is unhurt, yes, so there's the problem with that one. The commander's down, he has to do a death save. He's done a failed one. So he's not very
What can I do? What can I do? What can I do?
Oh, that's where my
So-
inventory is.
Just to put an idea out there, who wants to continue Act 2 of the game as we are now the servants of Xenofelt trying to spread this glorious word to the rest of the world?
Alright, what do you want to do?
Black guard, can't you?
Having seen that, I got to admit he's a coward. He's gonna run.
Alright, which way do you want to run though? Because the only exit is basically here.
There's no one else up there except that one there though. So yeah, he's gonna run that way and he's gonna take dash.
Alright, he'll probably get you off the board just about here.
So disengage as your bonus and dash as your main?
Nope, both dash.
Okay.
he wasn't in close combat with
Not in combat with anything.
No, there's nothing going between you and the exit?
No, there's
Okay.
pretty much only one target left, which is the other Xenofelt.
There's
Yeah.
bodies.
Actually, I'm passing it. I'm passing Imperius on the far side. If I grab him, can I drag him?
If you want to try and grab him and drag him,
Grapple
you
and drag his
require-
movement at half speed.
It takes an action, so it's essentially half speed anyway.
Yes,
So
so,
it's
I
in-
move him 10 foot towards the door.
No, okay. You were actually back here, right? So if you do your movement, you're about here, we'll say.
Yeah, and then I've got a dash as a bonus action. Grab him as I move through. So
Alright, so grabbing him will
is
be your
my action,
Yes.
and then I've still got my bonus,
You can move
which
as-
is moving
and
with
take an
him.
action.
Yeah.
I can split my movement as much as I want, so I can move half, and then the last half.
basically get to about here.
That's exactly what I was saying.
Yeah.
And before I pass Amber, I just say, Amber, time to go.
Imperious.
She's raging. I'm not sure that computes.
Probably not.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, 19. Almost a critical success. God damn it.
Yeah, you would.
Yep.
Actually, no, sorry. That's a lie. That's not him doing that.
He would though.
It's the lair doing something, but the lair is mostly out of actions. Alright, all this is going to do is just a lair attack on you. Comes in, there's more tendrils, basically more insects,
needs
more
a man.
anything else.
I agree.
Comes and swings his swipes at you and swing by you, but you dodge out of the way. That's too much of drama.
Culturist is
Do we
in my
keep
legs.
Rowan.
Do it. I'm gonna say that
Half an hour
to
ago.
How many are you on?
One failure.
you. You're fine. He's not.
No, he's not.
2 failures.
Oh, you're dead.
Amber.
No.
Oh,
I shot
okay.
4.
I thought you meant 2 extra failures.
No.
Amber, what do you want to do? You're party is fucked, other than Oddfall.
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty close to fucked as well.
So
and you
her
saw when I went through for the
reaction-
first time ever, you've heard like severe panic. Like Oddclaw's usually happy. He's not happy
So
right now.
Amber's reaction is to get even more angry and charge at the last remaining enemy and wail on it.
Recklessly, I'm sure.
Definitely
Go
recklessly.
for it.
17 plus 7, I think
a
it hits. 12 damage plus 7 radiant.
So 19 damage.
Then I will swack it again. It's 21 to hit.
Yep.
And that is 20 damage. No, 19 damage.
She did the
She
same
rolled a
damage
12.
on both of them.
She rolled a 12 on that one.
I know she does that, but it's just I find it hilarious when it happens. You get bonus damage on your first attack, and you did the same damage on both.
Yeah, yeah. Because I rolled shit on the first one.
Yeah. All right.
That happens every time.
You come in raging like the tornado that you are as you swing your axe through the body of all these bugs and insects, and bugs are just splattering everywhere across the ceiling, across the wall, as your axe is just like sweeping right through these
She's just screaming the entire time.
You're not even connecting to a body as much as you would be used to when you first started attacking these things and other creatures you fought. So you decide just to use the momentum in your first attack as you swing right through and spin right around and do your second attack and go into the body of this creature. Antoine.
I call on my god thing. Please imbue my blade with some kind of helpful momentum so I can knock this body free from the black tendrils that anchor it north and south.
Alright, cool. Do me attack roll.
Natural crit.
16 plus 6.
That's definitely hit.
Nice.
6 plus...
You're still
Nice.
concentrating on your Thunder Smite too, yeah?
Yeah.
No, once you've used your Thunder Smite, it disappears.
Oh, okay.
Huh?
Once you've used your Thunder Smite,
Concentration
It's a
that keeps
concentration.
going.
it acts exactly like a smite with an extra ability on top of. Once you've used it, it's gone.
Oh,
For the next attack that you hit,
Next attack that you hit.
within that
The
concentration.
concentration means that if you miss, you still keep holding it
until the next round.
That's a bizarre spell.
It's basically a different way
It's
of
charging
doing
up your
smite.
weapon, and then once you hit, you discharge the weapon.
It's exactly the same as doing a smite, except you got an extra
Yeah,
ability.
no,
on
there's
top.
definitely a few odd ones like that. I'm just curious.
All the paladin ones are odd.
Yeah. So you don't have that in it, so you just go.
Well, there's
you just
magician
smite
shit
if you
like
want to.
booming.
Or you just cast another
That's
one
fucking
because it's a
weird.
bonus.
I don't have any
action.
spell slots left, so
Okay. Well, in that case, then
9 damage.
add 2d8 to it.
Huh?
Add 2d8 to your damage.
For why?
Just do it.
Divine Intel.
Just do one.
You
And a
get
7,
monster
so
rolls
8.
more damage dice. Don't
8 overall, or
Yeah, 8 overall. A 1 and a 7.
For the 2 d8s.
thank you. What else did you get on the rest of the damage? I didn't hear. Sorry.
9.
9. So 17. Is that
Yes.
right?
Plus the rest of your bonus.
So yeah, you see
No, that's it.
again the same thing you saw before as this body comes out of the tendrils quite a bit more now. You see she's like wearing leathers from what you can gather, quite silky and smooth. She's got like cuts on her from what you can gather, but it's more of a pussy blue ooze coming out of these cuts from her body, more than anything else. As she's coming out, it's got like that fine elven angular features, but you can definitely tell not an elf, but just more of the angular sort of absolutely extraordinarily beautiful. If it wasn't for the cuts across the forehead and cuts across the cheeks and cuts across down the temples and stuff like that, cuts across
The signs of damage that might have been incurred if this was a earthly avatar of something.
more like the signs of damage not done by your weapons.
By the imprisonment that's been occurring, potentially.
And as you do that, she is now almost fully out from that particular attack. In that last moment, she like shakes her whole body and gets one foot onto the ground, and then pulls out her other arm, and then pulls out her leg, and then kind of like a bit weird. She doesn't move her body, she's facing you and facing the back wall, and her head turns almost 180 degrees. And
that's slightly creepy.
Her head turns 180
Yes.
degrees to
Then-
look at him.
Then the two arms also turn with the head, but the rest of the body still stays where it is. Then the hips move, and then the rest of the legs turn around. In a kind of fluid motion, but enough to see that sort of weird sort of like there's a
Disjointedness?
disjointedness
It's a
in the
disjointed cascading.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Oh, she weird.
He fucked.
And
Very
then
flexible.
No,
she,
we fucked.
she disappears. Then appears right next to Xenofelt. Right behind Xenofelt. Reaches in to the neck of the Xenofelt figure, I guess, for a better way without not knowing that it's actually humanoid or anything like that, and seems to grab something amongst all of the buzzing and insects flying around, stuff like that, and you just see her with like this intensity on her face, ripping as hard as she possibly can on something inside that. This still keeps going on. She's not doing it quickly. She seems to be struggling a little bit with it, but that's what she's doing. That's your to go. Antoine, Volky, what do you want to do? You got to do a save for me.
What does he want to do, or what is he able to do?
Don't
He must get
you
disengaged from his
fail.
safe.
You don't make another-
Jinx me, man.
He must get
You have the
disengaged.
worst luck of everybody.
It's fine. You're going to roll a 15.
So basically, I'm imagining I'm already in sort of limbo, and I'm begging to Kalimvor that
Send me back, send me back,
I'm
send me
not
back.
ready. The Earth needs me more than the Crystal City does. I need to stay here.
What else do you say?
Please.
me.
Please, Daddy. Throw me.
Wow, later in the moment.
No, basically,
No, I like that. That's good.
Kalimvor, Lord of Death. The Earth is still in need of my power, in need of you. I'm not ready for the Crystal City, and my friends are in danger. I need to remain. It's not their time, and it's not mine, as you have said.
As you guys are all sort of like, so most of you are unconscious, so you can't see this.
Aaron can see it.
Even in your unconscious state, for the briefest of moments, it's just a beam of energy of some kind. Especially those who are unconscious, who see the beam of energy more than anything else.
Oh, you're going to take radiant damage.
Those who are conscious see the creature that's holding Xenofelt. Her head again turns towards Volkia. And then one of her other hand that's not touching Xenofelt itself basically just points out. And nothing happens between the pointing of the finger or him. But those who are unconscious see that bolt of energy going from her fingertips towards you. You are stabilized.
Can you roll the dice? Just, I'm curious.
15.
I would have died. I would have legitimately died there.
Third character.
He rolled a 3.
How many fails are you on?
Wow.
I'm also currently on 2 fails, so it could also this could also be my third character.
Oh God, Rory, no!
Don't. I just need
Kill
someone.
Amber.
I just need someone to go through my bag and feed my potion into my mouth.
You also have an ale from Amber.
Yeah, that's what I've got. I need
Oh,
that
okay.
so I can cast spells.
Xenofelt does split up his attacks between Amber and the other creature. Amber
That's
is hit twice for...
They have advantage against me.
I've already rolled for that.
Okay.
7 points for the first one, so 3 for you. And 5 points damage, so 2 for you.
Oh, 5 points of damage.
You're the person I'd like to kill the most. It's like, I have no problem killing you. I can't!
I can't even kill Amber.
We're the cast.
Tried. Alcohol
I
poisoning for the
mean,
last 20
I
years.
kind of did try a little bit.
Demigod. Did someone leave the window open? I think I felt a breeze.
Alright. Sorry, I just go brain working on overdrive. Going for the other chick. Definitely hit on 2 of those and did some damage. I don't know what That was horrible damage again. And horrible damage again. Alright, Xenophal's just suddenly in these death throes and not throwing much damage around at all.
He's being like grabbed from the inside by an elvish
He
lady,
is,
so
he is.
it would sort of put you off.
Amir.
Time for death save.
Time for a death save.
How you doing so far?
Oh boy.
I have passed one.
turns to
You
get
passed one and failed one?
No.
I just passed one.
Yeah.
action to get it.
By Kaiden.
Unlike
Find
Volkia,
It's an action. To
I'm-
find it only.
if I am approaching, not as close yet,
I rushed there.
my
Like
afterlife, then it's if it's my time, it's my time.
Yep.
It is not my time yet.
It's not your time. Alright, you pass.
I got an 18.
Pass. Alright.
You too can pass. Stop panicking. Clear your space so you don't, you know.
So scared. I love Rowan so much.
The thing is, don't have to worry, because as long as they get me up real quick, you're not dying.
You hear Oddclaw as you are starting to drag Imperius out the door. Actually, because you're dragging Imperius, you probably wouldn't do that. Alright, okay. He lines up. He's done the lining up he can do. He just shoots guns at Xenophelt. Yeah, no, both hits.
It's like, what is his modifiers again?
Yes. You got basically guns. What is it? Dex and you're a fighter.
Is Xenophel held in place by the middle of his chest?
Yeah, somewhat. 17.
Chesticles?
Testicles. I'm too sad to laugh.
Reset?
Alright, Oddclaw, what are you doing?
I want to die.
I'm gonna, using my claws, basically reach for Imperius's pocket and rip the whole pocket off, looking for a potion.
Alright, can you do me a roll me d20?
5.
You should rip it off.
Or do you want it to be a sleight of hand check?
No, you just roll me d20. I was going to add your dexterity to it mentally myself, but you still didn't roll high enough. As you rip off his stinger to try and look for the thing out, and it pops out and smashes on the ground.
Alright, I'm gonna drag him a further 40 feet away while swearing and
Wait.
calling him fucking fish breath and
Was it
all
my
of these
potion
sort of
or
things.
my ointment?
That's a very good question, actually. I'll say 1 to 3 potion. It was your item.
Rub my face in it.
It's true. It's basically
It heals me if you rub my face in
You see a cream on the floor.
I don't know what that is. I'm gonna keep
Actually,
dragging.
you wouldn't know.
Just make him motorboat the tentacles.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep dragging him further away. So
I get
that's
dragged over the ointment.
30 feet.
Chris, don't forget
Roll a d20.
you can try to do a stabilization check. You can make a medicine check to try and stabilize.
Not while I'm moving him.
No.
But he's petrified. He's just going with the like.
Ogla's gotten to panic cat
Alright,
state.
Imperius,
She's
give
just
me
like,
your
no, we're
save.
going.
And Panic Cat just runs.
That is currently a fail, but I'm going to favour myself with the gods. To pass.
No, the only reason that he's taking Imperius is because Imperius happened to be in the way that he was going.
Yeah.
So,
I feel so loved.
hey, you would have done it no matter who was in the way.
Roll.
I feel so loved.
Bro. You got this.
I need more assurances than that.
You got this. Come on.
This you'll never know.
Put it this way, it's not like you're going to roll a 1. You'll be fine.
I have a mental image in my head of this god just like I imagine it's kind of this weird laying down perception up from Rowan's semi-conscious state, having seen this like divine beam. He's then just going to think back to when in the room before he just thought, not today, and the creepy voice said, burn it all. And then he's just gonna think, if you're gonna burn something, burn Xenophelt.
What is you? When he says burn it all, he means yourself as well.
He means me as well. Oh, I just wanted to burn Xenophelt so bad. But I'm not that suicidal.
Do it. Set off a fireball where you are.
I'm
can't
just rolling a regular death save. 13.
You pass.
And you live. And you live another 6 seconds.
I'm having so much trouble. Please don't leave.
Well, it counts as brown. So.
Amber.
Yep, smacking.
Smack away.
Nat 20.
Nice.
On the first
On the
attack.
first attack. Nice.
Nice work.
Max on the D12.
That was shit. My second attack will do more damage, I bet you.
What'd you roll?
14 for my regular damage
On what? 2d12 and 2d6?
on 2d12.
Okay, right.
So 9 and a 1.
And 10 radiant damage.
Is that including rolling 2d6 for the crit?
Yeah.
Wow, that was...
What is your
Wow.
plus?
She
what
almost
is your plus to the
consistently
roll?
does this every crit.
Yeah.
3.
No, it's
Fine. It was plus
strength plus.
It's plus 7. I rolled 7. Oh
That's
no,
a
that's a 9!
nine.
I read it as a 6!
It's 17 damage
Okay,
normally.
17 normal damage.
Yeah.
And whatever I said for radiant damage.
10.
I forgot. Yeah.
So 27 damage in total.
Alright, as you swing your axe through the
read
body of
a six.
Xenophelt, as more insects and tendrils basically start just ginsuing through the area and flailing about as they're going into their death throes, and Xenophelt is basically just being chopped in very many pieces as the insects and stuff like that keep buzzing around you. And then you finally, the radiant light of the god who has protected you in the past shines through most of the bugs that are left as Xenophelt
In her massive rage.
just dies from your rage.
She's dead.
She just stands there screaming for a bit. And then looks around and goes,
Time to go to break.
Antoine,
No, we're people dying.
I dash.
you dash? Yep.
I have nothing else to do. Well, I mean, I can't get on the boat, so.
Yeah. Nokia.
You all know where I keep my good berries, right?
That's right.
Unless someone
Did you use it?
gives me
no,
help.
you roll a d4 and that's the
Amir.
number of hours you wake up.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Yeah.
1 hour.
I will
If no one heals
try and make another saving throw.
Go for it.
I fail.
Alright.
2 pass, 1 fail.
He's still good. He's still good. He's still good. He's just a
Panic
little...
attack.
Someone's got to pick up somebody because I can only do it once.
All the healers are down. We need.
I've got to punch it in my back.
So do I. It's not one.
As you feel like in your unconscious form, like a barrel of a gun gets stuck in your arteries. You were stabilized. Because you were right next to him.
Okay.
It's not how you stay.
Ah, shit. So was Rowan. Fuck.
One way to cauterize the wound, I guess.
Well, it's basically nice and hot. So you just go like, I'm actually going to roll because both Rowan and you are right next to him. So I'm going to do 1 to 3 you. Which, yeah, he got you.
Yeah.
I need to stabilize now.
That was... so back to the top of the round, actually. Oddclaw, what do you want to do?
I'm going to drag him a further 30 feet down the tunnel.
Yeah,
so that's
you'll drag much
60
further.
foot now. So
Yeah.
we're effectively back in the...
Other
easily
room.
back in the other room.
Yeah, easily back in the other room, yes.
And I'm going to try and stabilize him.
Go for it. Roll a d20.
12.
Add your wisdom, because it's wisdom based on that.
Wisdom.
It's medicine.
That is a
medicine.
plus 2, so 14.
You need to get a 15.
Yeah, thought so. That's why I wasn't bothering.
Yep, roll a death save.
I fail 1.
Alright, you're still going, aren't you?
Oh, I've only had 1 fail.
Cool.
I'm on 2 successes, 1 fail. But I can't bring him up now.
Before you roll, what do you want?
He's on 2 death saving throws.
2 fail,
Fails.
1 success.
2 fails, 1 success.
He's the reverse of me.
Natural 20 is what we're looking for here.
You can do it!
Oh,
Someone pick me up!
his heart stops. Shit.
Amber.
That's what Revivify is for.
I don't want another zombie. No more druid zombies.
I need to do a roll to see if Amber's intelligent enough to know that you're the better option because Rowan is her best friend.
Would you roll?
9, she's not intelligent enough.
You would go for
Also,
Rowan.
Yep.
you probably don't know that Rowan stopped breathing.
Nah, exactly. So I am going to try and stabilize Rowan.
Pour a healing potion in him or something.
Yeah, I'll pour an alcoholic beverage in his mouth, a healing beverage.
Yep.
But it's not going to do anything.
Anton, what do you want to do?
It's going to come out his ribs.
Yeah, it's like that age-old cartoon.
How far am I from him?
You're within reach of him.
Of Rowan?
No, of.
Okay.
Yeah, Volky, yeah. You're within reach.
I go to him.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that I know you'd have.
Yeah, because
healing
she gave
potions.
him out.
Excellently.
You saw her give him out.
I've also pulled it out, so if you want some, you can literally just grab it on the way
Snatch
past.
it on the way past.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I got distracted then.
Yes, you did.
So yeah, you.
I just grab healing shit from her on the way past because she's like pouring.
I've already got it all out.
She's pouring it on Rowan and nothing's happening, so I'm like just yoink and pour it in him
So you got
instead.
2 healing potions on that, don't you?
The healing brews.
Yeah, whatever you've got, what
Yeah.
are you using?
That's what I'm using, and I have
Do you?
two
I'll
left.
let you do that. You go by snatch one of the things just out of her purse just very quickly as she's opening up to try and pour it into Rowan's mouth type thing, and then you pour it into his.
So I get. Is it 2D?
It's 2d4 plus 4.
So I get 8 hit points.
You only have 1 left.
I wake up with a splutter, I imagine,
Yep.
And a con save.
and then go. Ooh,
I know.
And Amber, you just see Amber like
What's the context?
practically in tears, like.
The alcohol.
how far away is
Wait,
Amber
come.
Yeah,
wake up,
actually,
Rowan.
Rowan's body from me?
Why isn't it
Dude.
working?
Right next to you.
Dude, con save for alcohol.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is why you don't make alcoholic potions!
Amber's not that smart.
This is what you do.
I basically
Tipsily.
tipsily go, is everyone okay?
But you see me sobbing.
And I'm like,
She's holding Rowan's body.
I
in
sort
her
of like
arms.
drag myself over and basically go, Kalimvor, he's not ready for the Crystal City. Place my hand on him and cast Revivify.
Okay. You do have to use your 300 gold pieces diamond dust.
Yep, already done.
All right, cool. You basically go into your pouch, and because you've got a special one put aside specifically for this diamond dust, because you need to, you just rip off that pouch, and you just start basically just pouring it around his body, over his body, to his wounds, all that type of stuff. Then you cast your spell and ask for him to come back alive. As you suddenly just like cough and splutter and come back alive
With 1 hit point.
with 1 hit point.
And choke a little because of the beer.
Oh, and you look fabulous because you sparkle in sunlight.
Rowan! And she just gives you a crushing hug.
Not too hard. He's very fragile at the moment. And I quickly then.
Can you do me a death save?
I'm still trying to stabilize him so I move fast.
If I'm doing this in the order...
Yeah,
I
Podcorp
move
goes
first.
first.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, do your call first.
17 on the dice,
That
plus
is
2 is
definitely enough to
19.
stabilise him, yes.
So,
Thank God, because if I rolled a 1, I would be dead.
and my other 2 actions, I'm going to use my bonus to tie him to the rope that we used to drop him, and I'm going to start climbing up.
Alright, cool.
Wasn't that in the next?
I'm already like,
He's already
I'm already like
Are you
120.
leaving Imperius behind?
No, I'm
he's tied
tying
to
him
the
to the
rope.
rope. I'm going to climb up the rope to the top
So
and
I've
try
like
and
got-
drag him up.
Yeah, because you don't know what's going on.
No, I'm just getting him
You're
out.
perceptive enough to know that it's gone quiet.
Yeah, so
That's
everyone's
either
dead.
the best or the worst.
So everyone.
It is the worst
You're
side.
still hearing voices, but it's gone quiet for the.
Oh, you could probably hear
dinner battle's
sobbing,
gone.
Either way,
potentially.
yeah.
He's gone
Just
flight
so
mode.
you're aware.
Nah.
He's gone flight mode.
As you start heading off towards the entrance of this place and start climbing back up again, and you guys notice that the woman, the elvish featured looking woman, she doesn't have the pointed ears, but just very fine angular features, has, amongst all of the chaos that's been happening, you guys have not noticed, and she's not there anymore. However, that is, you guys are, because you're dragging his body still on a rope, whatever it is that you're doing. it's
Well,
still slowing
he's
you
tied
down.
to the bottom.
You're
I'm
still slowed
climbing
down.
the rope.
Still slowed down, and as you are trying to get there, you suddenly you will see the same woman I described coming up the hallway to the area where you're starting to.
I take a crossbow bolt shot at her head. That's the immediate response.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
I saw her come out of a column of nasty pillars.
You didn't even see it coming out.
didn't
Of
even
the
see
Okay, fine. Didn't even see her come out of the column. blue-skinned lady, scarred face.
She's not scars, like almost open wounds. You can see like
Yep.
parts of her bones.
Yeah,
poking
I'm
out.
taking a shot. Yeah, 100%.
Thank God he misses.
Well wide, but I'm still dragging Imperius away. I'm just
Are you-
talking to Imperius, saying, "We're going."
How are you climbing the rope and pulling the rope up behind you?
No.
I've tied him to the bottom of the rope. I'm climbing the rope to the top. My climbing
he's gonna
speed with
pull the
bonus,
rope.
I can get up in half a turn.
Yeah.
And then pulling it is
Because
pretty easy.
of you being a cat and having the claws, you can basically just climb up.
I got 20-foot movement speed and bonus
as you
to
start-
action dash.
As you start climbing up the tunnel itself, that's going straight up, the black tendrils that did line the walls originally, and this is probably going for all of you guys as you're paying attention to the area. The bugs and the buzzing is mostly dying off as they are escaping off to little holes into the ceilings and stuff like that. The tendrils themselves have stopped moving, and as you're putting your claws through the area, you're feeling the stonework or the dirt work behind these tendrils, and the dirt work is actually starting to pull away as you're clawing through the area because the tendrils are no longer holding it all together.
I'm climbing the rope.
Um,
The rope came from a center hole in the middle of the room. I'm nowhere near
whatever
the
you're doing, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. It's not going to.
You probably
you
still
see,
have-
I'm going to die because I described it
saying.
differently. And you start climbing up, and you eventually get to the top. You guys are dealing with that particular problem. Oh, you guys are dealing with badly hurt problems.
So basically, I use my last two spell slots: cure wounds, cure wounds.
And on my
So,
turn, I'm going to
one-
cast
get
Cure
max.
Wounds on myself at 4th level.
You can't.
You're stable, not
stable.
conscious.
Oh, yes, I'm not
Unconscious.
conscious. Sorry.
Because
He's just a meat sack.
I will, in that case,
You get-
work out
you
how
get-
much I take. 1 hour.
12 hit points.
Thank you.
11 hit points, and you get 12. Because I was one off maximum.
All right. And on that note, we will have a break now.
But I want to hack the body up.
We will have a break now.
We'll do all of that after the break.
We will have that all after the break.
Oh no,
Bitches.
Amber and I are going to have a hack fest.
Just
No, Amber's having a subfest right now.
We'll be back in about 15-20 minutes as we continue on with the aftermath of dealing with Zenithal.
It's
I
salute.
just changed different cameras.
Wrong camera. Even though it's... Oh no, press
Smoke up.
and welcome back to the Salty Dragon Tavern.
Yes. We're back. And everyone else is gone.
The party has finally defeated the demigod. But in the process of defeating the demigod, they have let loose another creature who was trapped within the tendrils of Xenofelt themselves. A finely chiseled looking woman, somewhat elven but without the pointy ears, tinged blue skin and cuts quite across a lot of her body. Shaved to the sides of the head with black, thick, tendril type looking hair, braided, and at the end of each of the braids, small little talons. Doesn't look like they're tied in, looks like they're actually talons on the end of the hair. Black, silken, sweat looking leather as she's walked through the room. And she heads off and exits. But in the brief time that you called to your god, she was the one that hurt you. And in your unconscious state, and this all happens during your unconscious state, before you were woken up by one of the other party members. Hello, little morsel.
You were not Kalimvor?
Of course not.
And Kalimvor is the one that hears my prayers.
And yet I happen to be the one here.
Who are
I
you?
think Kalimvor might be a bit busy.
It was the case last time I talked to him as well.
You might know who I am. I'm sure you've heard before. Do you want to roll religion roll?
Sure. Yes. A 14.
She is known from one of your various other texts that you've read in the past, and because it also was mentioned last time, you're pretty sure this is Umberly.
Umberly.
She is known by many names and many monikers. One of them is the Bitch Queen, a torturer, a sadistic soul who delights in making sure others' pain and suffering is her wine. I heard you speak about Kalimvor. I'm curious about where he is.
So am I.
Except that I know that you're lying.
I know that he's on this plane. That is all I know. I do not know where he is. This plane is a big place.
I seek to talk to him.
So do I.
I figured that perhaps you might be someone who might be able to deal with this problem quicker than I. Or maybe see him before I do.
What do you wish to speak to him about?
That is for me and him to discuss. However, I didn't keep you alive out of goodness.
Well, that is my goal in life. Is to save those that aren't ready for the Crystal City and to send those that deserve to be there to it.
Well, then you now have something to add on top of all of that. For you are now destined in your travels to seek Kalimvor. That is your payment to keep you alive. That is all you have to do. Once you find him, then I will know.
If you try to hurt him, I will come to his defense.
We'll come to that bridge and cross it when that time comes.
Do you have any hints as to where any of the other gods on this plane are?
They're everywhere.
If you don't mind me asking, how did Xenofelt manage to capture you?
Not all of us were given the same power when we were cast down. In fact, only 5 were.
And they gave power to Xenofelt above others.
It was not by choice. Lucky 5.
Who did this?
That is the eternal question that none of us know.
Do you know of any others within this region?
What do you consider the region?
The area surrounding the Black City?
I do not know of others of the Black City itself in this area. I have not managed to meet them. Unfortunately, Xenofelt got the drop on me, and I was not able to see anyone else. In a way, I thank you for dealing with Xenofelt, for he is one of the five, and no longer one of the five. However, I believe someone else will now become the fifth.
Do you know who the five are?
I wish I knew.
I'm trying to remember, do I actually know about Bahamut and Tiamat in character? I'm pretty sure I would have discussed it with...
You probably did discuss it with the guys, yeah.
Would Tiamat be one of them?
Perhaps. What makes you think it's Tiamat?
Because one of the old members of this group was a follower of Bahamut, and a vision that he was given was of a chromatic dragon holding a necklace with Bahamut's eye in it.
Perhaps you know the colour of the chromatic dragon?
From what I know, it shifted.
A dragon that shifted colours? It was a dragonborn, by the way.
A dragonborn that shifted colours. So, my guessing as to what has happened, it is Tiamat's mortal form.
Does sound like a candidate for one of the five.
Well, if they're able to capture one of the other gods in a amulet, yes. Just like Xenofelt captured you here.
So do you believe that Bahamut has been captured by Tiamat?
That is all I know. It's until I am able to confirm it, I do not know more.
That is an interesting turn of events. Perhaps we should go seek him first. Do you know where he is?
I believe from my discussions with Imperius was the Imperial City.
And perhaps if you seek him first, learn where your god is, and others perhaps.
Yes, but I imagine trying to take on Tiamat will be a lot harder than trying to take on what was essentially a black goo.
I have other errands to run now that I am free of Xenofelt's claws. I will meet you in the Imperial City at some point. I think there's a mutual benefit for getting rid of Tiamat.
It could be.
Well, it seems that our paths will cross again at some point.
I will much like to discuss this further once I see you again.
Until then.
Thank you.
And then she drifts off out of your sort of blurry vision in your unconscious state and disappears, of course. Now I can bring others in. Probably just open up the door and bring them in.
That's not them.
Was not them.
No.
Unfortunately, I can't get the camera to work for me, so I'm now a black screen for the rest of the night until we have a proper chance to
What's
figure
wrong
it
with the cameras? So what was the name again?
out. Unbelief.
Okay. When we get back to the cleric district, I'm doing a bit of research. Well, that was interesting.
Hello, everyone.
Okay. So, cave. That sounds like it might be collapsing a little bit.
It's not so much that it's collapsing, it's more that the black tendrils and stuff like that through the area, drying out and slowly disintegrating, crumbling. Yeah.
No more load-bearing magic.
I assume I've pulled Imperius up by this point.
At this point, I'm going to look around and see if I can find Imperius.
Both Imperius and Encore have disappeared.
I think we should establish something first. Did this take place instantaneously?
No,
or
this-
did you zone out for a couple of minutes?
This took place while I was still unconscious.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So-
So essentially instantaneously.
Yeah. So when I called upon my god to save me from my bad rolling on death saves, a god came and talked to me.
Well, you can't tell us that yet.
Someone on chat likes the fact that it's Umberly.
Yeah. What? It was not Kalimpor that saved me.
Well, I assume I've got Imperius at the top, so I'm going to start going through his clothes for his other potion.
Yep. Are you still panicked?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, roll me another d20.
Oh god.
Do I have it? No, I do
15
not.
plus
I
Dex,
Not a
so
problem.
19.
You swish through in a panic, manage to grab hold of the potion and go, ha!
Stick it down his throat.
Down his throat, yep.
Delicious.
Stick it down his throat, then open
Wake
it
up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Slap, slap, slap. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
I'm awake.
Alright, we're going. And I just like drag him to his feet, put his arm over my shoulder, and start heading off into the forest. We're going.
Do you have sending prepared?
I can't do that. I can do this though. And
You're still in my lap.
I speak a word in Elven and cast Healing Word on myself at second level to regain 8 hit points. Oh,
So,
I can't send, unfortunately. Oh, wait,
what was your healing potion?
who had the second sending stone?
Potion of healing.
The commander did it, actually. Because you guys entered it in.
Yeah, but who in the party had the?
Oh, the other one, yeah.
The receiver.
What was it, Imperius?
Yeah, I think it was a period.
It was indeed.
But we've already used it once today.
Correct.
Yep.
Okay. I feel. Did I have any kind of alarming experiences in the 6 seconds that I was technically completely dead?
No.
Okay, so I'm.
Actually, you found out there was no afterlife and religion is a sham.
So as far as I know, I was just super unconscious. And I'm like, oh, what? Did we win? Is it? And I just check around the room and see that all the tentacles are gone or leaving. I'm like, how?
They're still there, but they're like not writhing
Crumbling.
anymore.
You're
It's
not
like
dead,
crumbling.
so that is perhaps a win.
Oh yeah.
We won, but with a cost.
What was it?
For now, it is not a cost you have to worry about.
Insight check. 6.
You probably don't need the inside check on that one.
There is something more going on.
There's something more, but I need to discuss it with someone that is closer to the gods than you are.
Wow! 887
And
5.
Casting cure wounds on myself.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I'm on full health.
God.
You're just suddenly fine on my shoulder, and the weight just comes off, and I'm like,
Should we?
right, spells, and just shove you forward.
I'm gonna.
Guys,
where's the? I'm gonna pull out the one to detect magic. Give it a snap, and just glance around the room.
The commander's sword is glowing magical.
Oh, that's nice.
He's dead.
Are they alive?
No one's bothered to even care about them.
I'll go over to them and see if any of them are still like breathing.
The soldiers are not.
Nope, Amber's just still attached to Rowan.
Okay, the commander's still alive.
He's still not in a position to
I
want to
will.
leave.
I will use my last spell slot and cast Cure Wounds at second level.
Alright. You cast Cure Wounds on him and he blinks his eyes open. He sees like you guys. By that notion, we've won.
We have, but your men did not pull through.
I guess you could say we have won.
It is a terrible loss to lose soldiers to Torn. They always knew what they were getting in for.
They will rest easy in the Crystal City, a place of honor amongst soldiers.
Where are the others? Imperius and Fluffy.
I think Fluffy has
Run away.
become a scaredy cat and he has run away.
We should get after him then. Should we?
There's nothing else in this room that looks.
Not really, no.
It's just a big bowl of dirt.
Does anyone have any oil?
I don't touch the stuff.
The
I'll go see whether they're outside.
piss off.
How quick would we'd be moving pretty fucking fast?
He can't keep up with you. He moves at normal speed.
He's fully healed.
He moves at normal speed.
Oh yeah.
So you have to slow down to
lose
accommodate.
movement from taking damage.
Unless you take
What
exhaustion.
do we do? I just look down at the like shattered remains of that elemental gem and go, I wish that I wish you'd done more, buddy. I'm sorry.
I'm at 1 point of exhaustion, but that doesn't affect my movement.
I'm at 2 points of exhaustion, so I am sluggish.
Would you like your soldiers' bodies brought with us?
That would be good. A proper burial would do the trick.
I help to try and pick one up and start moving it towards the.
We are in a forest, and if we've dealt with everything, then we have time in our hands. We could probably make some stretches and carry them out.
Yes.
Wait, are we carrying people?
Don't worry, Rowan. I'll carry you.
Okay, thank you for. Thanks.
I'll
I
help you
assume
walk.
this taste in my mouth was you. Me being
Oh yes, it was
one of your more recent brews.
I mean, I tried. It didn't seem to be as effective. I think I might have to modify the.
he was in the arms of the gods at the time, perhaps.
Wait, what?
No.
Wait. So
It is hard to swallow when you're.
Well, we
so
thought
your
you
potion didn't.
we thought you were gone.
He was on his way to the Crystal City. He had not arrived yet.
No. You stay here, Rowan.
Okay.
Stay with us, yeah?
We're going to go back to the entrance.
Existential
See
crisis.
whether the rope is still hanging down, whether they drop that back down.
Left it there, didn't you?
No.
Yeah, he would have left it there.
Also,
You would just ran.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I was thinking, would he have pulled it up to try and stop things following him? But he would have gone, nah, heaps of magical shit. Probably wouldn't have bothered.
But didn't you use that rope to pull Imperius up?
You're right, I did.
So the
It'd be
rope is at the top of the
rope's at
pole.
the top.
Here's the thing. I also used a rope, a silk rope, that should still be there.
Yeah, so one of them's hanging.
Yeah.
Keep going.
So climb up slowly
Slowly, yep. You're not pressed for time so much. You
and
feel
get
like
to the top and just yell out.
roll perception roll. Both of you, yeah.
No.
No. Maybe. I mean, what am I trying to beat?
Right. Tell me what you get.
It's 15.
15. You hear?
What do you yell out?
Oddclaw, Imperius, it's safe now. We'll be moving out soon.
They're all dead. We lost. No, just keep pushing. I can't hear it.
Yeah, no, you can't. Yeah.
I'm gonna roll an insight. Roll a deception.
No, it's not
No,
deception.
I'm telling the truth.
He's convinced of
He
his fact.
100%
Persuasion,
believes
then.
it.
Persuasion.
Yeah,
16.
I believe him.
All right. You guys keep walking off.
Yeah, I believe him.
It's fair.
You can't beat my persuasion.
That's like
By
heartbreaking.
one. By one.
That's a bad roll too. A really bad roll.
I can try to beat persuasion.
It's too far now. Let's give one chance before they've gone out of any shot you can do from here.
Because I haven't heard you. So as far as I'm concerned, you are dead.
I look to the captain now that he's conscious again. Would you happen to have the spell sending prepared today?
Not today, no. Not for this.
We would want to.
But here is your stone back. I think we are done with this for time being.
I'll take that.
Where are we going?
Well, if we've lost, the only other option I can see is heading to the Imperial City.
We need to get out of the area at least. If Xanafeld's still around, he's gonna come for us.
You're right, we should make a beeline straight for it. Or at least to an outlying settlement to find the supplies.
Do you know where the nearest docks are?
No.
You guys are inland like no more.
Back the way you
Yeah,
came.
no.
You can go north as
I
well.
was going to say north is the nearest docks.
But the Imperial City is southwest.
The Imperial, yeah.
Southwest.
Yeah.
Let's head west for the first. Get to the river, get water, and follow the river south.
That's what we're going to start doing.
Alright, cool. So you guys start heading off in that direction. You are leaving everything behind, basically. Alright, cool.
The work on your candy pillar upgrades, your lab. Wow.
You can't go back to the city when Xanafeld's just killed like 6 people who are your best friends and you can't even transport the shit.
We didn't
That's
fix.
the best time to do it while he's weakened, but that's the same.
We didn't fix the tin
Is he
can.
weakened?
No, we didn't.
Oh well.
They don't know. They,
I would say
they
that
think
we
we're
probably
dead and gone.
should go back.
Should go back.
Yeah, I just got out of that fucking city.
Go back to the city. We need to get our stuff. At least, we need something.
You're probably, also, Oddcall, you're probably, if we get the caravan, it'll slow you down. It's not fast.
Yeah.
It's just practical for a large group travel.
Move quickly. The caravan has money, yeah, sure, but I don't want to go back into that fucking city.
So, Weird Blue Lady, after he missed her with a crossbow bolt, went where?
Can people say hello to Betty Morgs for his raid? Because I'm a blank screen, apparently.
I imagine
Need to get the camera to work properly.
Tim speaks from the grave.
I speak from the black darkness.
Oh yeah, Xanafeld.
Cast magic missile.
So we almost had 2 people die tonight.
My God.
Yeah,
Almost had 4 people die.
No.
4 people died. It was close to a party
Look,
fight.
let's
Here's
be
the thing,
honest,
guys.
it
I
was a
actually
party
did
vibe if Tim
die.
wasn't being
Yeah, you
generous.
did die.
I did die.
I do like the idea that we do everything we can to
After we
Yes.
finish the stream, I'll go through with a couple of
But
things with you guys.
I won't.
Players. No, characters. Characters. Definitely characters.
You can carry our players.
The players nearly won.
The players nearly died too from heart attacks.
I was about to say, I think Rory was 2 Big Macs away from a heart attack.
Can you blame me?
Yeah, no, Rowan was dead.
Yeah.
Like, actually dead.
Yeah.
We
Rowan got-
That's right, yeah,
revived
because you got revivified. Yeah, that's right.
Someone spent 300 gold worth of diamond
dust.
powder to make him sparkly.
Sparky. Rose make him sparkly diamond dust.
They vajazzled his soul.
Moving on. Swiftly on,
I've been
please.
sitting on that one for ages. I didn't actually notice you were taking a drink.
Maybe we're busy.
So you guys, are you guys heading towards the city? Or are you just heading to the west?
I'm totally uncertain.
I'm not going back.
I will follow his lead. Imperius is, well, he thinks it is smart enough. It's smarter for them to go back. He knows he's not tactically sound,
Yeah.
and he knows that he's been surviving by himself for a while, so he's going to follow his lead.
Unfortunately, I'm caused ditching dead weight, and in his eyes, you're all dead. So I'm not coming back.
You can travel faster without the caravan.
I
We get to the next
hook it up to the
settlement.
hole, yank on his silk rope to see if it's secure, and climb.
The first place we got
Alright,
to
so you guys are slightly. You're not really pressed for time or anything like that. You climb up.
I've still got 2/3 of my hit points, so like,
Yeah.
I just got no spells.
As you guys climb
My
up,
grazed
to the
a
top, you
knee.
guys probably notice this. Actually, you guys
Stiff breeze.
ran off really quickly, so you probably don't notice it as you're leaving the forest. But as you guys, because you are taking the time, you're also going up to the forest itself to sort of create some stretches for the dead bodies and stuff like that. And it's all taking a bit of time, but as this is all unwinding, the dark blackness of the forest itself is already starting to recede.
Oh yeah,
And the
that's.
forest is starting to hear the sounds of animals as they're returning to the area. Birds first, of course. But still relatively quiet, but you can at least tell life is returning to
Okay.
this part of the world.
I'm gonna, assuming Amber has let go at some point during this.
Amber, once you're feeling fit enough to have stood up, is just gonna like support you, so help you move along. But like, if you
Just gonna walk around like this, just holding.
Holding you up.
No, like she'll be like around his waist, but like she's practically carrying him along the way anyway. He's an elf, and then elves don't weigh as much
I
as.
just picture you licking your thumb and like getting rid of the smudges of blood off his face. Like,
Nah.
She licks her thumbs, gets rid of the blood, only puts me black on her from the.
So I'm
She doesn't care about blood.
So I'm leaning heavily on my staff and on Amber, and once we're up and I have recollected my silk rope, I'm gonna go. This place needs some TLC, and I'm just gonna cast plant growth.
Yep. And immediately the area starts growing from your plant growth. Grass, new seeds, new growth starts breaking through the black, and immediately even though the darkness has already started to fade away with your growth, it's come back up quite considerably and almost become a lot more greener than it had before. Probably at least 50-60% of it's now green from your plant growth. As you guys are finishing off the last bits and pieces, you put the stretchers together and got the last sort of unconscious and dead bodies out of the pit. You notice that as you were leaving, you're one of the last people to sort of like leave the area, making sure everyone else is getting out. And you look back and you see now through the dirt, as the black tendrils have cleared away from the walls and the ceiling quite considerably now, through the dirt itself, large tentacles of tree roots are starting to already come through the area quite quickly, quite considerably. And they're already starting to reclaim the whole area.
That's good magic.
From memory from the last time, there was like some sort of building on top of the thing.
That's still there.
Yeah.
He's more about he's still like the last person to leave the pit.
Yeah.
So he's basically seeing that as he's going.
Once he sort of comes out, let's knock the building down as well. Collapse everything down, maybe something grows on top of it.
Is there any ale in there first?
No.
Yeah, so,
No, like, because I remember being like a kid, like there was a dining table and like chairs around it.
There was
like if there was like if there was a barrel of ale or something that she needs a fucking stiff drink, man.
You got your own stiff drink.
Yeah, ain't strong enough.
I know that's true.
she wants liquor.
No.
You need a cocktail strong enough to
does the
raise
house
the
have
dead.
oil
We
in
call it the revivify.
The house had oil in it,
No.
right?
Part of your searching through the area, you do find crates of stuff. Like you said, you did find them before.
Emma's gonna just drag a crate out of the house and just sit on it and just sit there drinking.
Okay. Not at the house, sorry. This is more in the lower area.
Doesn't matter. She's dragging a crate outside the house.
Fine, sure. Just so you're aware.
What's in the crates? Is there anything that looks flammable?
It's a lot of dried herbs and stuff like that, mixtures of different things here and there.
Is there
What about
anything
flour?
magical?
Is there flour?
There's flour.
Oh, good. Flour burns.
Yeah, it all burns.
Or
dry.
I may still have my detect magic up. Do I get any pings?
No.
Okay.
I'll drag a couple of the crates into a corner, break them open, and then
You
just
start spreading it.
set them on fire.
For most of you, probably Rowan would recognise, maybe Amir. These are somewhat the same ingredients you found the very first time you encountered Danafel in her herbalistic house back way in Gdansk.
Ooh. Can I make a medicine check to investigate some of these herbs? That's a 10.
A lot of this, what you see so far, is like a base bulk for creating the base for the disease from what you've seen before.
Oh, these produce the disease.
They produce a bulk. So
They might be a carrier thing for the disease to latch onto.
Yeah, something like that. It's not the disease itself, but it creates
like an incubation material.
Yeah, something like
It's
that.
very hard to drink tart.
Okay, guys. Gross.
That's why I'm burning it.
Imperious, have you got any magic left?
Do not breathe in.
I think I've got a few
No,
spells
I'm going
left
to
in
light it and get the fuck out.
Alright, so you guys gather all the stuff, break all of the crates as much as you can, and you basically set fire to this place.
Yeah.
The building itself is a stone building, at least a stone base anyway, but all the framework is wood. And as the place
roof would
starts
be
burning,
Less than
I was
half.
also going to take a
Thatch.
pack
Nearly
summon
exactly, actually.
great hammer and start
Nearly
knocking.
exactly on half.
You can do
It's like
that.
just
Yeah, you
over.
definitely can. You start knocking down the base of the building itself as you start making an hammer.
Once people are out,
Yeah, and you guys demolish the house as much as you possibly can.
Amber grabs like a tree log and like uses it to help. She's not gonna use her axe on stone. She's not that dumb.
after a couple of swings, I get tired, so I hand you the summoned weapon.
Yeah, but doesn't it desummon?
No.
It'll last for a minute if someone else uses it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Every
okay.
minute I can just hand you a new one.
Okay, she just keeps smashing.
Smashing. Yeah.
She's like venting her like emotions right now.
The fire.
I'm just going to say, I think that would be actually a cool moment. I figure all of us who are here, you know the thing when you stand around a fire, you just end up looking into it and kind of going through your own thoughts.
Yep. I was gonna go that way. They can't see me on the screen as I roll my eyes. let me DM, please.
Sure.
Yes, you guys are standing around watching the fire engulf the building itself, and you stay there for a while. You know you finished. You know you were somewhat safer. You know that the forest itself would probably keep you going. In fact, as the fire starts to dwindle down, it doesn't seem to catch fire to any of the other trees in the area or anything like that. That the ashes are now just there. And at the center of the ashes of this place is a small growth, individual all by itself. And it's, while it is slow on the scale of things, it's still fast and growing and then growing. It's about like an inch off the ground now.
That's not normal.
That is.
That's
not me either.
Cool enough
Maybe
to
it's
walk
a
over.
nickel.
Yeah. It's still a little bit warm, so like, you know, that like muddiness type thing when it's like hot mud type.
Yeah. Walk over and in the native tongue of the deserts, give a little blessing of the gift of water is sacred. It is the bringer of life. It is this sort of thing, and then pour just a small couple of splashes of water from the water skin.
Yep. As you water the plant as it continues to grow.
And then head back.
I think it might be that.
It seemed the thing to do.
Ooh. Should I have it some more?
Sure, why not?
Okay. I guess.
I'm standing back though.
I guess.
I don't wish to be launched into the city from here.
The spell slots I couldn't use are being used for something.
As you
I will
start to cast your very first spell to sort of help the tree along, just for you, and actually, and for Antoine as well, it's just like a translucent sort of green hand sort of sit on yours.
Look at that.
And the tree just continues to grow.
I think it does not need your help.
Okay. Thank you. I just say to nothing. I would glance over to see if there was a translucent rest of a person.
There is not, just a hand. And then the tree continues to grow.
Do you ever speak with plants?
Not prepared today.
So, I reckon.
What's up, little buddy? I am Plot.
I wasn't going to take speak with plants into a boss battle. Less relevant.
Utility spells that are not good for battle. No, not memorized.
I did take plant growth though because I always have plant growth prepared.
Speak with animals into a boss battle.
Because you never know when you have to rally
You
the
guys
rats.
finish up
That's right.
and you start heading towards Lake City, I assume.
Yep.
You guys are heading out west.
We'll probably get about 5Ks before.
Imperius, I'm tired. We need to sleep. You need your magic back too.
Yeah, you guys will get a fair distance before the next day kicks around, before you can even get any messages or anything like that kicking out.
With Imperius finally coming down, and I could have sworn back when we were near the clearing that I heard Mia's voice, but
I saw them die.
yes,
The only one standing was Antoine, and he was fucked.
And Amber.
You wouldn't have seen Amber from that angle.
Doesn't matter, guys. Keep going.
we should rest here. We should be safe here at least.
Fine.
I toss in my cloak and pull a second one out of my bag and just No, he's got 2 cloaks. He does, and there's
One's
a
a
reason.
sports coat.
Well, he's got his disguise kit. He sticks a piton into one of the trees, another into the ground, ties a rope between them, and hangs a cloak over it to make a sort of makeshift, bastardized teepee tent thing.
Yep.
Because he's not a camper. Just,
You take that. I'm just gonna lean against a tree.
What do we have in the bag of holding?
that's a good
Because I
question.
have that on me.
Stuff.
Chuck the bag of character sheets.
We'll sort that out later.
I don't know.
You're too tired. Don't worry about it.
Exactly. We're ready.
I'm just,
Just don't put your head in there.
So you guys have
Need to sleep.
headed off west, found a place to sort of pack in for the night and get yourself some sleep. I assume you guys aren't going to do watch or anything like that because you both need a good rest.
yeah, nah, I'm too fucked to watch. So,
Very far.
no. Which is very unusual. But
I think you guys are kind of like part of his like, you think maybe there's not quite as much danger at this present moment in time. Maybe you're not sure. You don't know.
yeah, it's a gamble.
It's a gamble, basically, yeah. And you guys head back to the Black City, head back in, head back to your little house. And yeah, that's where you are now.
Long rest, recover all hit dice.
Before
No, half.
Round it up or down?
Down. It's always down.
Funny as it is.
Really?
Yeah, because if you're a level 1, right, and you do a short rest and utilize your 1 hit dice to heal yourself, right? If you do a long rest and it's rounded down, you'll never get that back until you gain a level.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
Yeah, fair enough.
so it's always rounded up for that purpose.
Well, once we've made it back into our house, I expect it, even though we were victorious, it may have been kind of like a quiet, somber walk.
I imagine that we would have stopped by the cleric district to drop off the bodies and stuff.
By the time you've got to the Black City, the command can easily just get a couple of extra people
I
to help
would
them
have
out
gone
if you
with
do.
them.
But if you want to go with them, that's not a problem.
I also would have checked the guards to see whether a cat and a person, well, a cat person and a regular-ish person.
The general consensus is no, they haven't seen anyone like that.
Once Wilhelm and Volkir's returned, Rowan would kind of sheepishly approach him and say, "Hey, Volkir,
Yes.
you've spoken to your god before, right? And asked your god questions about things. I know we're all very tired, but tomorrow, do you think you'd be able to ask your god some questions for me?"
It depends on the questions.
He only likes yes/no questions.
It's not. Well, I think I could phrase a question in yes, no, if that's okay.
Is this in front of other people?
I probably would have like been a bit aside with this. So as people are doing other things.
I can ask him some questions tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. Do you need anything for it before you were burning incense? Was it?
Depends on what you want me to do.
I think
Whether or not it's like yes or no divination or actually trying to talk to him properly.
I think just getting yes no would be helpful enough. I can.
Let me
Also,
just.
can't you just like ring him on the cell phone now? That he's like on the material plane.
I need. No, I've already got that stuff, so it's fine.
The thing is, you can send a message, but the response that you get back knocks you off. Like knocks you out. So then you don't remember.
I'll think about some questions and we can try it tomorrow if that's okay.
We can try one per day,
Okay.
because otherwise the answers you get aren't exact.
Okay. I'll do some thinking. Thank you.
He goes to his sending stone. Clemville, what is the weather like today?
You were really in charge of all the.
Alright, you guys head back. After you've, for those who decide to go to the religious district to help with the bodies, and head them back to their rightful places.
I also do
Rituals and all that
rituals
kind of
and
stuff.
gentle repose on all of them, so that they can't
You
be
probably
turned.
stick around in the district for quite a bit.
Actually, what time of the day do we get back? Do we?
It'll be close to night time, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to head off to the religious district as well.
I quickly go and ask a couple of the heads of the churches whether or not they know about Umberly.
You eventually start talking to him again. Umberly, the sadistic witch queen.
Yes.
What has she got to do with anything?
I might have had an encounter with her.
What do you mean, might?
And she spoke to me. And I want to know why.
And you're still alive?
She saved me from death.
That's, I don't know Umberly personally.
Neither
so
do I.
Doesn't sound right, but...
From what I've read, it is completely against her normal nature to save a person.
If I know the gods, especially some of the more dubious ones, trying
play
to
games.
second guess their nature is not productive.
This is true. I guess I will just have to think on it for a bit.
It is curious.
And that was my thoughts exactly.
You kind of like, you know, you're part of a little bit of a circle of people sort of talking to, like the commander's still there. It's like, when we first went into this, it was just one god, Xenofelt. Now we have a second one, Umberly. I saw her. And from what you have told me, she is just another problem from what I can gather.
At the moment, to be truthful with you, all gods are a problem.
So it is true then.
From what I know, yes. I have talked with Callum multiple times, and from what I know, all gods are on this plane.
Why do we still hear them when we ask for our prayers in the morning?
Some of them do, some of them don't. Some of them are still listening, others are trapped. Like Umberly, she was trapped by Xenofelt. There are things going on here that we do not know.
Do we know who did this?
They don't even know.
This is not good. You're telling me that even Helm, Torm, Timora, all of them are here.
Are here on this plane at this moment. Whether or not they're able to speak to us is a different question. Whether or not they still retain power is a completely different one. From what Umberly has said, there are only 5 gods that have fallen from the skies that have retained power. Xenofelt was one of them.
Then we have a lot of work to do ahead of us.
I have some questions of my own that need to be answered, so after we are ready, we will be leaving here to go to a suspected position of one of the other gods.
Which one?
Tiamat.
Tiamat. The god of dragons.
One of them.
One of them.
Umberly is apparently going to meet us there.
Watch out for that one.
As I have said to her when we conversed, if she tries to push bounds or hurt my god in any way, we will have problems.
Well, we still have our mission here to do what we want to do here. I will send missives out and get the message out to the other conclaves in the immediate area, and perhaps further if I possibly can, and see what we can find. This is an interesting state of affairs that we're in. If all of the gods have fallen, then they're all here. Sigma.
All of them. I'm sure as you've noticed in the sky, each of the gods' most powerful stars have blinked out.
That has been talked about amongst the circle here.